In the early fall of 1890, I decided that my fraternity, Pi Kappa Alpha, ought to have a magazine. I had seen at the Citadel the Alpha Tau Omega and the Sigma Nu and so forth with their magazines. Well, I had no money, of course. And at that time, according to the custom in Old Charleston, the salary of a cotton clerk was $25 a month. But that was real money then. So I got out a letter, very formal. We are about to edit a magazine for the Pi Kappa Alpha Fraternity, the Pi Kappa Alpha Journal. And I ask all of you who want to do so to sign the bottom of this letter and send it back to me, agreeing to pay 25 cents when they received the first copy of the magazine. So I got out the Pi Kappa Alpha Journal in 1890, and I think 3 or 4 issues after that, and then I changed its name to the Shield and Diamond, which name it now bears. Sometime after that, I got out a catalogue, which contained only a few hundred names, but it was quite a job to get up even that number. And that was published with, if you will pardon me, my own means, until members bought enough copies to help reimburse me. I think that the fraternity operated entirely on my meager salary for probably 15 or 20 years, except as it was supplemented from time to time by gifts from the interested alumni. I remember 2 dear chaps, Mark C. Caulfield and Thomas A. Caulfield of Texas, who wrote and offered to be among a certain number who would give me $10 a year with which to operate the fraternity. These contributions from the alumni created a fund which enabled me to go and install the various chapters that were chartered around that period. I remember establishing a new chapter at Wofford College, Spartanburg, South Carolina. It was a bitterly cold night, snow on the ground, and the boys had obtained the use of the Knights of Pythias Hall for the installation. We went up a long, long flight of stairs. On the left hand was a waiting room. On the right hand was a very large meeting room of the Knights of Pythias. It was bitterly cold, and I took J.C. Span in as my helper to initiate the boys. And when we got in the room, to our great delight, we saw a pile of wood and coal by the stove, but by some peculiar ingenuity of the man who cut the wood, there was no way that you could put it in the stove, either up and down or lengthwise. So we leant it up against the side of the stove and jumped on it to get it short enough. After that, we got that fire started. I went out to the door to call the balance of the boys in for the initiation. But every one of them had gone down to the foot of the steps, way down. They thought that the noise of jumping on the wood and breaking it was my initiating Span, and I had to produce him and show him in the whole flesh before they would come back up for the initiation. And so, dear boys, this is the history of your fraternity, born amidst the struggles of the South after the Civil War, in which it was prostrate, struggling for its life for probably 25 years, and now the glorious fraternity, which you all enjoy so much, the benefits of the work of those of us who stood by the fraternity in all of this struggle. But I want you to remember this, and to tell it to the boys that come after you in the chapters. Pi Kappa Alpha could never die. It was destined from the first to live and to do good among the young men of the colleges through its high ideals and its noble principles. Keep alive those high ideals, live up to those principles of this grand old fraternity, which I have loved and served for over 65 years.